right, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, just depending on when you're practicing today. I'd like to welcome you to class. This is our Focus Fitness Flow, so a 30-minute practice that combines movement, meditation, and some breathing techniques to help us find some balance, some clarity, and focus in our lives. It's so nice to move the body, and I just want to invite you to notice as you move and flow today, see what you're feeling, tap in, and be aware, cognizant of what sensations come up. If we've not met already, my name is Emily. I'm a yoga instructor both online and in the Ohio Valley. I get to practice teaching to students just like you on almost a daily basis, and I am absolutely honored to be present and here within your space. So thank you for inviting me into your home. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started in an easy seat. If you don't have one already, go ahead and grab a nice sturdy chair. This will be just the essential thing for our practice. If you also have a mat, you can grab one. Of course, always pause the video as needed. We'll start to tune in here. So starting to just be aware of the physical body. Maybe notice where the feet are making contact with the earth. Maybe shift the hips side to side as you connect the sits bones with the chair. Roll the shoulders back and away from the ears. Find a gentle lift in the heart. If you've not done so already, maybe start to soften the gaze or close the eyes. And coming into this moment of stillness before we move the body and wake up. So bringing some awareness now to your space. Softening where you can. Maybe noticing if you're holding tension within the body. With each in and out breath, see if you can soften a little bit more, deepening in here. I find this grounding practice is truly essential here as we start our practice today. So we come into the present moment, we leave all of the tasks. Our to-do list is going to be set to the side for now. For the next half hour or so, we're focusing on you. So we nourish ourselves, our mind, our body, our spirit, so that we can spread the goodness of this practice with the rest of our community and beyond. And coming back to this present moment, feel the next breath as it travels in through the nose, gently filling the lungs, the belly. And gently following that breath as it goes out through the nose or the mouth. No need to change the breath in any way, just being aware of the breath as it comes and as it goes. Just start to bring awareness to any thoughts that are traveling across the mind. Not tacking any weight into these thoughts, just being aware of them. Naturally, in our daily lives, our monkey mind wants to chit-chatter around. And in this mindfulness practice, we can start to release that chatter, maybe soften it. Maybe start to let go of something. A gentle reminder for you today as we practice, if anything ever would feel just not right or just out of place, please bring awareness to that. Make the conscious effort to come back to your own personal experience. Maybe drop out of the pose for a bit and revisit it when you're ready to come back. So make this practice your own. I'm simply your guide here. Notice the breath again. I invite you now to place one hand over the heart, and then the other hand can just drop right over top. Always taking a peek at me if you need a little visual. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the chest on each inhale and each exhale. We'll take 3 mindful breaths together here, and I'll go ahead and cue those. On your exhale, see if you can let something go. So maybe you make a sound as you exhale, like a sigh. Let's give it a try. Take a deep, full breath in. Long exhale out, let something go. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Just notice how you feel here. When you're ready, if your eyes were closed, you can gently open them. And then just shake out the wrists, let something go. We'll release the palms down by the sides. We'll take 3 angel breaths as we start the movement part of our practice. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, release and soften as you lower down. 2 more times, maybe lifting your gaze up towards the hands. And exhale, drop it down. Last time, inhale, float the arms, raise it up. Big full breath in, big full breath out. You can pull the hands through heart center, dropping here. Maybe drop chin to chest, keeping that motion going. And gently lift it up, shake it out, let it go. Now I'm going to move towards the back of my chair so you can see what I'm doing here. And from here, let's go ahead and continue to have the seat. We're going to just take the right hand over to the left side of the leg, and then we'll sweep left arm open, looking over that shoulder, breathing here for a seated twist. Notice what you're feeling in the spine. Notice where your shoulders are. See if you can find a lift in the heart. Unwind, come back through center. We'll take it to the other side. So opposite hand to opposite knee. Sweep that right arm back. Look over the shoulder. Breathe. And gently unwind, coming back through center. I invite you now to kind of place the hands on the lap and just pump the heels up and down. So lifting and lowering here. Maybe rocking on the ball of the foot and on the heel of the foot. Just start to notice the feet. So flexion and extension. Maybe spread the toes wide and drop the toes on the earth. Nice. And then we'll hug the right knee in towards the chest. So I like to mobilize all the joints in the body. So let's hug that right knee in. Give it a little squeeze here, pressing into the abdomen. And then maybe roll out the right ankle here. Rocking back and forth, circles or semicircles. Nice. Maybe point and flex those toes. Wake it up. Sweet. Hug right knee into the chest. On an inhale, let's open the left arm out to the side. Right knee is going to open. Exhale, come back through center. We'll do that a few more times. If you want to bring the breath, you can. Maybe looking over left shoulder as you open up. And then come back through center. 2 more. Open it up. And unwind, come back through center. Last time. You got this. Come back through center, drop that foot down, march it out a little bit. March, march, march. Second side, left knee hugs in towards the chest. You can use the hands to support yourself. And then twirl the ankle a little bit. Circles, semicircles, just roll it out. Nice. Point and flex the toes. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and hug that shin with the left hand. We're going to take a twist, opening the right arm out. Left knee comes out. Look over the right shoulder. Come back through center. 3 more. Open it up. Breathe well. And come back through center. Find a flow that serves you. Take a big breath, open it up. And release. Last time, open it up, breathe well. Unwind, come back through center, drop the heel down, march it out. Nice. Let's go ahead and place the hands either on the hips or the lap, or you can just have the hands down by the sides. We're just gonna rock the hips up and down. So you'll know these are our iliac crests. You might place the hands on either side of those and feel that gentle rock in the pelvis. So we learned in yoga that our center of support, our base of support, our center of gravity is here in the pelvic region, right? And our pelvis is never meant to be like isolated. There's a lot of different joints in here that are extremely important that we keep mobile and loose. Go ahead and start to circle out the chest now as I speak with you. So it's really key to keep our pelvis like pliable and not rigid. Go ahead and reverse, take it the other way. And in today's class and all of these practices, I plan to include a lot of balancing things with them, and I would like for you to invite some awareness to the pelvic region. So see what the pelvis is doing as we circle things out here. You can of course circle one way and then the other. And then let's come back to stillness here. We're going to work on the upper body a little bit and working into the spine. So hands will come to the lap. We'll take our seated cat-cow. So from here, inhale, roll the heart open, lift the gaze. Maybe take the chin up towards the sky. And then exhale, tuck the belly button, tuck the chin, arch the upper back body as you roll through cat pose. Inhale, roll it up, and then again, notice what the pelvis is doing. So feel that gentle rock forward. On your exhale, feel that rock back. Inhale, anterior tilt of the pelvis. Exhale, posterior tilt of the pelvis. Just take a couple more of these. Trust yourself, your practice, your body as you roll through. Let's make this our last inhale up. And last exhale, fold it in. Nice. Gently roll it up. Take your time. Come back to seated. Let's go ahead and shake out the wrists. Take the arms wide here. So arms are going to spread wide. Maybe just flip the palms towards the sky and then rotate other way. So hands come towards the back. You might not be able to see this, but you're opening up through the chest as you find a rotation in the arms, the shoulders, and the wrist. Nice. Nice. Just one more of these. Open it up. Kind of fold it in. Yeah. Shake it out. Let it go. Drop the chin to the chest. Working out the neck a little bit. Maybe lift gaze towards the sky. Come back through center. Just take a look over one shoulder. And then take a look over opposite shoulder. Back to center. We'll do it again. Chin to chest. Gently, gaze lifts towards the sky. Back through center. Take a look over one shoulder. And then take a look over opposite shoulder. Nice, guys. Shake it out. Let it go. All right, so moving into some standing poses here. And like I said, I'm really going to focus on balance here. So notice the feet. Maybe it feels nice to kind of rock the feet side to side. So rock the heels, the edges of the feet, just shift them side to side here. The knees want to come with you, that's fine. Nice. And then ground down evenly through the feet. We're just going to stand here, something we do all day, every day, but I want it to be a mindful stand. So I would like for you to bring your toes back a little bit farther. And then we're gonna, as we sit forward, we're gonna take the nose over toes. So we're gonna lean forward and mindfully press evenly through the feet as you lift up. And then lift to stand, take it slow here. Find mountain pose, palms face forward. Nice, go ahead and sink it down. Now this time take it nice and slow, sinking low, nose over toes as you release. See if you can hover over top the chair, and then when you're ready, don't plop down, sink down mindfully. Nice. I can see my head's getting cut off whenever I stand, so just bear with me, I'm still here. All right, press evenly through the feet, nose over toes, come up to stand, take it slow. Almost like you're doing a squat, modified squat. Yeah, and then go ahead and lower, hips sink back as you lower down, nose over toes as you release, and don't plop into the chair, sit slowly into the chair. 2 more of these. Same thing, go as slow as your body will allow you. Maybe sink forward. Right here, I'm not standing up yet, but I feel a lot of engagement in my whole lower body. And then here I go to stand. Be mindful of this practice. Lift to mountain pose. Slowly lower, sinking the hips down, nose over toes. Hover over that chair, and then when you're ready, have a seat. So good. Take your time. We'll make 1 more of these. Just play with it. Now, as we practice together, we're going to build on here. Nice and slow, have a seat. Don't plop it down. Nice. And then just kind of notice how that feels a little bit different than maybe what you typically do in your daily life. And maybe take this, just mindful sitting and standing with you as you flow through your life today. Yeah, that's what yoga is all about. All right, guys, so let's mindfully stand. And I'm gonna see if I can change this so that you can see me a bit better. Maybe slightly better. All right, come to, if you have a mat, come to the top of it. Nice. And then find mountain pose, grounding evenly through the feet. Palms will face forward. I'm going to pretend like this is my chair. I'm going to lift the heels up and mindfully lower them down, maybe rocking on the ball of the heel, toes splay open. Take some heel lifts back and forth. Lifting and lowering. A couple more of these. Nice. This last time, let's hold at the top, challenge your feet, challenge yourself, and then lower that down, maybe march it out a little bit. Nice, guys. Let's press evenly through that right foot, float the left foot behind here. And it's like a crescent lunge, but not as deep. You're gonna bend through that right knee, press the left foot down into the mat. And then just notice, maybe send the arms up and overhead. Sink the hips a little lower, finding that bend in that right knee. Going to your edge, not beyond. Release the arms down by the sides. Slowly, as slow as you can, step it forward. Yeah, so not just plopping and stepping and hopping all over the place. We're mindfully controlling this. Let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So left foot presses evenly in, take a nice slow step, big step backwards, and then press that right heel into the floor. And left knee is going to bend a little bit. So a short warrior 1, float those arms overhead. Drop the hands down by the sides, press evenly to that left foot as you slowly bring the right foot forward. As slow as you can. See how long you can stay off the right foot. So balancing on the left. Let's do that 1 more time on each side. So starting with the right foot pressing evenly into the earth, Slowly step that left foot back, big step back. Bend through that right knee, press that left heel down. Maybe float the arms overhead. If you got the chair in front of you, you can always be using that to support you. Release hands down and mindfully step that left foot forward. Take it so slow, like you're moving through a bowl of Jello. I guess they would both be kind of slow. Nice, and then step it down. One more time. Left foot presses in, step that right foot out behind. Bend that left knee, maybe float one or both arms to the sky. Mindfully release the hands down and slowly leaning nose over toes towards that left foot. Float the right foot off the ground and step it forward. Nice. And then shake it out, maybe a little march out. Shake, wiggle, wiggle. Take your time. Okay. And then continuing our balancing practice. Now, if you have a mat, that's great. If you don't have a mat, that's fine too. Just imagine the length of the mat. I'm going to step at the back of my mat. We're going to practice like a tight walk. So this is another really key balancing practice, and it's essential for this one-legged standing, okay? So balancing slowly. So step to the back of the mat if you have one, and then we're going to walk here, like we're on a tight walk. So play with this. We're going to step one foot forward, heel first, toes next. And then step other foot forward, heel down, toes down. Now I have my toes kind of in front of my heel and vice versa. If you need a wider stance, play with that. So make this practice just for you. And then you can see I'm looking down at my feet. If you want to challenge yourself, you might look up a little bit. So trust that your feet are below you. Notice the feet. When you get to the top of the mat, we're just going to take it backwards. So nice and slow. Toes first, heel next. So toes down, heel down. And this is a practice you can be doing, in a lot of different spaces. It's just a really good practice to have. They use this a lot with like physical therapy, working on balance. Fall prevention is really key. And once you feel like, okay, I think I could do this, with the head up, maybe you challenge yourself a little bit more by closing the eyes. And that, I tell you, is definitely a challenge. You might want to practice close to a wall. Same thing as before, we're going slow here to challenge our balance. As we float one foot off the ground, we ground through the other. Nice. And wherever you are, we're going to meet again at the back of the mat. So this is something we'll definitely start incorporating in our classes. And as always, it's a practice, right? There's no finale. There's no end line in yoga. There is often a start line, starting point. And we start over and over and over again in yoga. Beginner's mind. Nice, guys. Take your time, I'll give you a second. Let's all meet towards the back of the mat. Nice. And then step forward. Let's take a wide stance here. So widen your stance. And then just shift the hips side to side. Little shift in the hips. Maybe hands want to come to the waistline. Maybe you float the arms side to side. Nice. Keep the feet wide. A comfortable stance for you. And then we're just going to take one heel behind and then the other heel behind for some standing kickbacks. If you need a little bit of balance, you can take the hands forward. And of course, if you need a little bit more activation, sink into the hips here. So good. Take your time. Notice what you notice and feel it out. I'm going to count us down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So nice. Go ahead, and if you have the chair close by, you can grab it. Nice. And then go ahead and have a mindful seat in the chair. Sit back in the chair. We'll take some seated postures here, and then we'll close out with a quick meditation. So hug one knee in towards the chest. Either knee is fine. And then maybe you might want to cross that ankle over the upper thigh bone. You can also cross the knee or just cross the ankle. So find this figure 4 that serves you today. And your knee might be up here, and that's totally fine. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out, hinge it forward. Find a little soft bow to yourself. Slowly roll out of that. Uncross the leg, maybe march it out. And then take it to the other side. So opposite ankle comes over the upper thigh bone, cross the knees, cross the ankle, your choice. And again, knee can be all the way up here, that's totally fine. And in time, it might relax down, but we're not forcing anything. Nice, guys. So from here, big breath in, big breath out, hinge it forward, fold it down. Gently, slowly, be mindful as you roll it up. Release that foot down, march it out, let it go. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider. We'll take a forward fold, big breath in, big breath out, hinge at the waistline, fold forward. Forearms can be on the upper thigh bones or release the fingers towards the earth, but again, never forcing anything. Just finding a shape, create a shape that serves you now. You might shake the head a little yes and a little bit no. And soften where you can. See if you can let go of something you're holding on to. And gently, slowly rise up. Take your time. Take cactus arms, bring the arms up to about shoulder height, and then bend the elbows at a 90 degree. We'll open the heart open, big breath in, big breath out, close up your little window. Inhale, open, spread, feel fullness in the chest, the collarbones, and then exhale, close it in. One more of these, inhale. And exhale to close it out. Drop the arms down, give it a shake, a little wiggle. Let's go ahead and close out with a final meditation. Hands can come to the lap or prayer position. Just see what feels good for you. Maybe close the eyes or soften the gaze. Come back to this moment of stillness just for you. Notice how you might feel a little bit different now from when we started our practice. Maybe a little bit more calm, relaxed, centered. And take this moment, the sensation that you might be feeling as you travel throughout the rest of your day. You know, sometimes yoga is not about all this movement and big, headstands and tree poses, down dogs, that sort of stuff. Sometimes yoga is just 2 deep breaths in the middle of your day to reset and recenter yourself. And that can be your practice for the whole day, 2 breaths. And this little bit of mindfulness can go so far. So please take that with you as you travel on. send you gratitude. Thank you for being here and showing up for yourself. If it feels right, you can bring the thumbs up to the third eye, space between the eyebrows, the home of our intuition. The light in me honors and values the beautiful light in you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you would like, you can bow with me and whisper the word Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Of course, you can stay in meditation as long as you'd like. If journaling is in your practice and your yoga toolkit, you can absolutely set a little timer and maybe journal for 5 minutes about this experience or anything you might be feeling. If you absolutely have to bounce and get your day started, again, I applaud you so much for practicing and giving yourself opportunity to nourish yourself, your mind, and your soul. So until next time, I will see you again soon. Please let me know reach out to me with any questions, comments, concerns. Let me know how I'm doing and how I can serve you best. Thank you. See you soon.